going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is ASAP Studio. It's another Photoshop tutorial. You all know the drill. I believe all of you watching this video right now know one way or the other to edit your images. But today I'm just going to show you a procedure I use, which is a faster procedure I use in editing my photos to get quality results. So I'm going to be using this image as an example, and I'm going to go straight to the point. So stay tuned because I'm not going to waste your time. This is not going to take long. Most of the technique I'm going to be using, you all know it, and let's jump right into it. So I usually use this technique most of the time, and the first thing first is to concentrate on the photo and check out things you are going to fix. You can see hair all over, so we are going to be fixing that. You can see our teeth is not white, and the eyes and the rest part, and we have some color and blemishes all over our face. So those are the things we need to adjust. We're also going to do some color grading to bring out more of the image. So let's get started. First thing, I'm going to add a solid color adjustment, and the reason for me adding a solid color adjustment is because I want to do some color correction, or let me say light correction, which functions as a white balance. Now what you need to do is to turn it off and then double click on it. I'm going to select the teeth because the teeth is supposed to be white in this case. So I'm going to select the teeth, and it's going to give me this color range. So let's not increase it right now. Let's just hit OK. Now turn it back on. Here it's covering the image. Change the blending mode to divide. And divide is one powerful tool that actually give you the correct luminosity and color of the image. So it just gives you the real lightning. I'll put it that way. So now I'm going to double click on the color picker, and then I'm going to select the brightness tab and increase it up. Let's just take it up to somewhere around here, and it's okay. So now for now it's too bright because I actually like the color she has on the, yeah, the normal shot. So I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm not going to take it all the way up because it's going to affect it that much. I'm going to bring it like this. So I don't want it like that. I just want, just like this should be fine, and it's okay. And then you can decrease the opacity. So I'm going to decrease the opacity just a little bit till I find it right, so we can see the before and then the after. So let me zoom in, and then we see before and then the after. Just give it a little bit, pop out, makes the image come alive than this one that is being, dark and dull. So after that, let's just decrease to 60. And after I've done that, I'm going to do some frequency separation right away because there's no need blending the skin color. I would have loved to blend let the red. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I love to take the hue and saturation adjustment and then pick the hand slider tool and select the cheek because the cheek is red, and then I increase the hue, and you can see that there are two different color. Here it's kind of lighter, and here it's kind of, the blue is different. Now once you've seen this, you can adjust the colors, but it's not pronounced. So I'm just going to hit 0, and I can adjust the hue, and you can see that adjusting the hue will make the color of the cheek more like the color of this side. So but I don't want to do that. I just want to go straight to frequency separation because I love to edit it naturally, just the way it is. So let's do the frequency separation. I'm going to create a style visible layer, holding down Control Shift Alternate E to create a style visible layer. I'm going to duplicate it twice and name this color. So you already know what frequency separation is. If you don't know what frequency separation is, you can just search it on the YouTube, and you are going to see so many frequency separation tutorial. And I don't want to waste your time on this. So after that, I'm just going to pause the video right now, and then I'm going to show you after I'm through with the frequency separation. All right, so I changed my mind. I'm not going to pause the video any longer. I'm just going to, for beginners, for the sake of beginners. Now, for you to do frequency separation, just create a two layer, name one color, name one texture. You're going to be separating the color from the texture, and so you can work on them independently. So now I'm going to turn off the texture layer after you've duplicated the layer. I'm going to select the color layer, go to filter, and you're going to go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, and you're going to blur the image. Don't blur it too much. If you blur it too much, you have more texture to work with. But when you blur it less, you have lesser texture to work with. So in this case, let's observe the image first of all. So we want more texture to work with. So we're going to blur it more. I'm going to blur it more like this. Let's leave it at, yeah, I think 4 is okay. but the more you blur, the more texture you have. So hit OK on the keyboard and turn on the texture layer and select the texture layer. Go to image, apply image, and it's a 16-bit image. You can see that over here where my mouse is. And then you can change the layer to color, select color, and change the blending mode to subtract because we're subtracting the texture from the color. So now you can see that we have more texture because we have higher blur on that. I've talked about that in a video on my channel, so you can check. Just type in high blur or low blur and it's going to bring it out. So now change the blending mode to linear light, and then we're back with our image. So now I'm going to group the two together, holding down control, selecting the two layer and grouping it together, opening up the group. Now for the color layer, you're going to use the mixer tool brush. And on the mixer tool brush, make your brush settings like this above. Set your brush to a clean brush right here. So I'm just going to cancel that. So set it to the clean brush by selecting this one, and then just take my settings. All right, so now you're going to start blending. So just blend, right click and start blending the image together, the skin tones together like this. And you're going to have, so started blending. Now you hardly see the change because my blur value is very high. So that's why sometimes you might take your time. So that's why I'm taking my time and doing this. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to come back. So, but if you take a less blur value, the skin blending should be very fast. But to avoid the image being flat, to avoid a flat image, you need to take a higher blur. So to save you the stress of trying to edit. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm still going to blur it. But if you want to work with the texture, you're going to select the texture layer, select the clone stamp tool, and you're going to hold down Alt to select an area that has texture, like this place has texture. I'm going to left click to select that area, and then remove my hand from Alt and then just click on it like this. So hold down Alt, select an area, and then use your, just like that. And you can hold down the align tool. If I want to remove this line now, I'm going to hold down Alt, select a place that has texture, and then I'm going to hold it down and drag. So something like that. Hold it down, drag. Like this side, hold down Alt, hold it down, drag, hold it down, drag. So it's just going to keep doing what we know how to do best. All right, so see you when I'm through with the frequency separation. All right, so I'm done with the frequency separation. Like I said, frequency separation is just a simple thing working on the highlights and the skin tone and the skin texture. So this is what I got from here, and then we did it. So the change is just a little change we have. All right, so now we can go ahead and work more on the image. So let's try and make the teeth white. So for me to do that, I'm going to grab many adjustment layer for this one. First of all, let's start with the photo filter, and I'm going to go ahead and select the filter color blue. Okay, and let's invert the mask, Control I, and change our brush to the normal brush. I'm going to decrease, and I'm going to make it affect just the teeth alone by making the foreground color white, and then just paint over the brush flow 100. Sorry, so I'm just going to quickly do that, and we have this. Okay, so we can as well do that to the eyes. Let's just make it white, and there we go. All right, now so now it's actually too bright. So I'm going to add one more adjustment. So just hold on, grab the black and white adjustment layer, and let's see if this fits in. Okay, so I'm going to hold Alt and drag the mask over and copy it, and I will hit yes, and we have it like this. So now we could decrease the opacity of the black and white adjustment layer, and there we have it. Now it's looking natural from the far far part. So I'm just going to grab the brush tool again and erase its X, and I'm going to tidy up this side, and for this one as well, tidy up this side and just this side. So, and some places I'm going to tidy those places up, and for this one, same thing as this, tidy up, just tidy up some things, and I think we should be good with it. Okay, so now after we've done that, if you are good with this, then you can leave it. If you want to decrease, group them together and decrease the opacity, you can still do that, or decrease the fill to make it look more natural. You can still do that. So this is how I make mine. There are so many other ways, but you can use one of these ways. Now this looks natural. All right, so now I want to introduce the color. So I'm going to use photo filter for that. You already knew I did that already. So just by introducing that alone, we give it a little more skin tone. Just take a look at it before and then the after. Gives it this rich skin color or rich skin tone. Now you can start doing your dodging and burning. Let's put the slime visible layer and let's quickly do the dodging and burning. All right, so you want to know what dodging and burning is. Dodging is used in lightening areas that are light, and burning is used in darkening areas that are dark. So I'm going to grab the curve. I'm going to do this real quick. So let's call this, let's darken the area we want to dark. So I'm going to bring this down like this. And then I'm going to grab another one, which is the curve again. And then I'm going to take it up. Just take it up opposite of what we are doing. And make sure you get the way get the result you have with the image before. So I guess this is where our image is before. I'm going to group the two together. Let's see. All right, so we need to brighten it up. We need to brighten it up a bit to get it to where we just a bit. Okay, I guess. All right, so the difference is just little. Now I'm gonna take it down a little bit. So right there. Okay, off and on. Okay, so now we're not too far. So let's go. I'm gonna invert the mouse. Control I to invert that one. Control I to invert this one. And grab your brush to make sure the flow is 100 and draw. You just need to draw the highlights on some places. You see the highlights. So I'm gonna put some hit X to make the foreground color white. So I'm gonna put one there. Control Z. Just make it more smaller. So like this. And I'm gonna do this as well. And on the highbrow, so something like this. I'm gonna pull one here, pull one here, like this. So you just need to draw more highlights too, like this. That's too big. So I'm just gonna do it 1, 2, and let's do one and do one here, here. All right. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Um, okay. So one right here, and make the nose pointed, and as well do this as well. Okay, and do this as well, and let's give it some shade right here to make it look. Now select this and do the same down, and let's do something here. Let's do one here and one here. I'm gonna do one here, do one here, one here. All right, so I'm gonna do one here. Places that are dark, so we could hit X and let's clean some. This place is not dark. Here is not dark, and here is not dark as well. Yeah, here is dark. So X on the keyboard, bring this down and like this. And I guess the under of the eye is dark. So you get the gist. So something like this. And I'm gonna put it around. All right. So now once you do that, you can go ahead and then let's go to Windows, go to Properties, and you're gonna increase. Let's increase the feather. So just increase the feather till where it looks natural to me. Select this, go to Windows, go to Properties, and increase the feathers as well till you see something like this. So now the best way to do it is to zoom out. And once you zoom out, go back, go to the properties, and then increase till you can't see it any longer. So something like this, and it's okay. So I'm gonna erase it from this side. Control Z X. Let's erase it from the cheek so it looks natural. Okay. And for this as well, I'm gonna erase from this side. Okay. Now let's do the same. Go filter, window, properties, and increase the feather. Okay. This one is for which one? Let's just leave it like this, and then we're good. So let's just see before and then the after. So you can see the changes. Let's do it again, before and then the after. So it adds just the 3D dimension to the image. Let's increase it a little bit so it won't be pronounced. All right, so I'm going to close it now. You can either close the video or end your editing here, or go to camera raw filter to do more advanced color correction. So I'm going to go there. So create a stem visible layer and then go to filter, camera raw filter. So camera raw filter we have. I'm going to go to the highlight, increase the highlight just a bit, bring down the white, yeah, to something like this, and we can increase the blacks and the shadows. Let's take the shadow down and increase the black. Okay, so we can off and on. All right, so that's good. That's good for me. I'm going to increase the white just a bit. All right, I'm going to close that. Let's add some texture and vibrance. So with that, I'm okay. Go to the color mixer and we're going to make the saturation of the red. Let's go to the hue, make the red just because of the lips. I'm not going to do it. Then go to the saturation and make the saturation of the red more red. And it's going to give us more color from the lips to something like this. I'm going to go to the hue of the orange. The orange, I'm going to make it look like a yellow. So something like this, and make the yellow look yellow. And that should be all for now. Make the yellow look yellow. And let's see about increasing the orange to something like this. So not too much, just a bit. That I don't want the difference to be much. Okay, so let's decrease saturation and let's check. So we have it like this, and let's go to the hue. I'm going to bring it back to the 2 and let's check. All right, so we are good now. And I'm going to close it. Let's go to the calibration and take the red primary forward, take the blue backwards like this, and find the sweet spot for the green. This work well, this work well. All right, so I don't want the red feel, I want the natural feel. So I'm going to leave it right here where the green is, so you can see the before and then the after. All right, so let's hit OK on the keyboard and go back to where we came from. So this is before and then this is after. So just a little addition of colors, and you can do your color grading and come back. If you like leave it like this, you can leave it. So I'm going to group all these. Let's group it all together and let's turn it off. So from this to this, so there's no big difference from this to this. Let's see about this one, from this to this, from this to this. All right, so guys, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.